Donald Trump nearly had himself the perfect 4th of July weekend. He finally got to sign his long-awaited big, beautiful bill. He got to do it with the backdrop of an Air Force jet flyover, and he even got to announce there'd be a UFC fight on the lawn of the White House.
We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this, on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little, we're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. Going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250 also.
And then disaster.
On the heels of President Trump signing his massive domestic policy bill into law, his former close ally, Elon Musk, announcing the formation of a new political party.
Yes, Elon Musk is back, and he started his own political party. He posted on X after polling his followers by a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party, and you shall have it. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. So, let's discuss how we got here, what this means, and then most importantly, what effect is this going to have? But first, before we get into all that, is this real? We are talking about Elon Musk after all. No one on Earth gets more kicks out of being weird on X than its owner does. We're only a few weeks away from Elon out of absolutely nowhere claiming the reason the Epstein files hadn't been released is because Donald Trump is in them. So maybe this is just one big joke, and by the time this video is over, he'll have called the whole thing off and I'll look like an idiot. Wouldn't be the first time. But let's take him at his word and say that he truly intends to field a real political party with real political candidates. How would it go? Now, I don't think I need to spend too much time on how we got here. If you're watching a YouTube video of some guy in Australia talking about Elon Musk's new political party, you probably already know that the great political bromance of our time has gone completely off the rails. I mean, I just said Elon Musk has accused Donald Trump of being in the files of the worst pedophile in living memory. They've broken up officially now, and no amount of standing outside each other's house with a boombox is going to fix that. But how we got here is important, as it does suggest where this new political party is going to go. The fractures between Trump and Elon exploded over the big, beautiful bill. Elon had been one of the main characters of the new Trump administration with his work for the Department of Government Efficiency. I am not calling it Doge. I don't care if it's the name. It is a dumb name for an important idea. Elon was motivated by cutting back the bloated bureaucracy that is strangling America. But the government spending boost that will come from Trump's big beautiful bill will pretty much undo all of the good work that Elon achieved. The US national debt is $37 trillion. Interest on debt costs the United States more than the entire Department of Defense does. The Department of Government Efficiency have cut enough to save $4,865 per taxpayer. That's good. But debt per taxpayer is still $323,000. That's bad. And whatever you make of the big beautiful bill, it is going to make that debt number worse. So that's why Elon wants to start a new political party. But what is the appetite for it? A poll in 2023 found that 6 in 10 Americans wanted Republicans and Democrats to reduce the federal budget deficit as a key component of getting the economy back on track. Although only 2 in 10 Americans believed they had a deep understanding of how bad the debt problem is. So Americans in theory agree with Elon Musk, they just don't care that much to learn more about it, which is not a great start for a new political party. Eventually, you do need people to care about what you have to say, which is fine. But how have third parties fared in the past for American politics? Should Donald Trump actually be worried?
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion.
He also posted on Truth Social, I am saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks. I didn't want to do an impression there, you guys are better than that. But the good news for Donald Trump is that third parties in America have not gone that well. Back in the 2024 election, the majority of voters had a negative view of Donald Trump. They also had a negative view of Kamala Harris. Well, who could blame them?
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage, but.
Yeah, well, actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator.
Let's talk about packing.
You once again gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
Trying to answer you
the
now.
American people deserve a straight answer.
And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No.
Yeah, all right. But the majority of Americans also believe that the country was heading in the wrong direction, which is a problem for the candidates when one is a vice president and the other is a former president. This isn't Cornel West running for president by going on media hit on the graveyard shifts of network after network. This is the owner of one of the biggest media platforms in the entire world, which means I reckon he has a shot, not at actually winning anything, but enough that he could win his own game. For Elon, the measure of success will be annoying Donald Trump. He doesn't need to win states. He doesn't need to win seats. He doesn't need to win the midterms or anything like that. He just needs to siphon off enough voters to his party that he throws Republicans out of office. If a Republican, ideally one who supported the big beautiful bill, is holding their place in Washington by a 51-49 margin, Elon Musk just needs to get 3 people in 100 to vote for him. He ruins the day of his former best friend that way. But James, doesn't that mean that seat would go into the hands of the Democrats? Look, it's important to remember you need to approach this not as a rational being or a career politician, but as a troll. He just wants to watch the world burn. So look, maybe this is just one big joke. It's a way to get under Donald Trump's skin, and it's all going to blow over in a couple weeks like everything does with these two. But it is not easy to dismiss the threat Elon Musk poses politically. Do you know what happened last time a famous person from outside the two-party system used their platform to change up politics?
This is a Fox News election alert. Pennsylvania goes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. And there's the big board, the 20 electoral votes from the state of Pennsylvania. We just got new metrics in. Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States elect.